Hello, this is Erin with the Joy in Pens and Paper, and I'm going to do my first of 2024 weekly plan with me. So I recently posted a video for my planner setup, and now I'm going to use it. So I'm somewhat hesitant right now because I'm doing something a little bit different this year, and while I'm excited about it, I certainly am a little nervous. I want to put that right here. So I'm not generally one that likes to have like a bunch of knickknacks, but there are just a few things that like this that I would like in here. So this is, when I did my planner setup video, what I found is that the Hon did not fit in the cover that I was hoping it would fit in. And in fact, it didn't even really fit in this cover. This is a Hobonichi cover. I bought this secondhand on a Facebook sale page a number of years ago now, maybe 4 years ago. It definitely, has some signs of wear, but it still works. It's still functional. I still find it to be pretty, and yeah, so I'm bringing this one back. This has a pocket here, 2 pockets here, I would say an ID holder here, some card slots, a pocket right there, and in the back there are 3 pockets and another pocket right here. I have the Hobonichi stick-on pockets that are perfect for an ID or a credit card, and then there's another pocket right here, and another pocket right here. So my goodness, are there so many pockets. So I did find that putting it in with just the back cover was a good fit. It still closes, and then I get to enjoy the beautiful cats. I just need to make sure that I keep this nice and clean, although I may start to learn to appreciate that it has some wear and tear, because that tells a story in and of itself, right? I do have an iPad Pro off to the side, and that is where I'm going to use to reference the nitty-gritty in my calendar. And I'm also going to add in, when I did my planner setup, I didn't add any consults because those just changed too much. But I am going to go ahead and add those in. I'm also going to ollie clip the monthly. Actually, nope, I'm not. I don't like it. Leave that there. What I might do is I might ollie clip the weekly and the daily. Maybe that's what I'll do. That might work better. Okay. So, using my black pen, Monday is New Year's Day. Excuse me. And this is a Pilot Firmo. It looks black, but it's actually a dark green. And it is a fine nib. It has the same nib unit as a Vanishing Point, so it is interchangeable. The generally agreed upon downside of the Vanishing Point nib unit is that it goes with a Con 40 converter, and the ink capacity is very low, is what it is. But yes, so this is the Pilot Firmo. It is inked up with Diatramentis Document Ink Black, which you will see in my currently inked video. It's just hitting me that this is going to come out before my currently inked, but that's okay, is what it is. All right, so Tuesday there is an 8:15 consult. However, I'm not going to go to it because I have a very big report that I need to finish and have ready to go out to parents on Tuesday for a meeting that's on Thursday. And generally speaking, in the field of special education, reports that go to stakeholders, guardians, advocates, things like that, you should provide 2 days advance for them to read the reports. And that is generally captured as 48 hours. However, there's no clear-cut regulation for the timeline. It's just a recommendation that all parties have time to review it, and any party member can say, I don't feel prepared to meet because I wasn't given adequate time to read this report. However, this was a evaluation that I was told on Monday the 11th that I needed to do this evaluation, and the meeting was originally scheduled for the week of the 18th. The meeting was rescheduled to give me some additional time, but even that additional time was not adequate because just the 2 weeks leading up to this winter break, I had already allocated a lot of time to different observations and things like that. So the guardian is very well aware of the situation, and so I'm just going to focus on getting the report done by the end of the day on Tuesday and getting it over to the guardian. What I will say is I feel okay about this plan because my report is really so far down the totem pole of importance for this particular student that I don't think it's going to necessarily be that impactful, I guess is what I'm trying to say. All right, so I'm supposed to have a 9 o'clock consult on Wednesday the 3rd, but I do need to reschedule that. So I'm not going to write it in there. What I am going to do is on my Tuesday, I'm going to flip around just a bit, and this is going to be part of the dance that I do now. So Tuesday, I want to reschedule upper elementary consult. Now, I was using Noodler's Heart of Darkness when I set up my planner for 2024, and the dry time was frustrating. So that's where I switched over to Diatramentis Document Ink Black. So I'm just eyeballing to see if it dried. Let me just throw that there so I can flip back. So I'm not going to write in the consult because that will be rescheduled. Thursday, I have that 3-year reevaluation meeting, and then 9:45, I have a lower elementary consult, and at 2 o'clock, I have AIM group. Friday at 9 o'clock, I have crisis team. 9:30, I have a middle school consult, and then 12 o'clock, I imagine that actually won't happen. All right, so there's that. Now, this is where it's going to feel a little redundant, but I think once I get into the flow, it's going to feel really, really good. And I may get to a point where I'm not necessarily filling out this monthly view with you all, and I'm filling out the weekly view. So you see me moving the page because I'm just checking the dry and just to make sure it's dry before I flip it. All right, so then Tuesday, I didn't have anything scheduled. Wednesday at 8:15. And this is probably going to go an hour and a half. I'm just going to block this out. So this is a middle school IEP meeting. And then Thursday, 8:15 to 9:45. Wrong day. Look at me go. Already making mistakes. 8:15 to 9:45. Middle school 3-year. And I thought that I had some whiteout really handy, but it appears I do not. So I will need to white that out. And then 9:45 to 10:30. This is a lower elementary consult. And then 2 o'clock to 2:30. AIM group. Nine to 9:30 is crisis team. (9:30 to 10:30). Middle school consult. And 12 to 1. BCBA lunch. So fairly easy week easing back in, which is really nice, but I do have some additional observations to schedule out, and I have a lot of reports to write, and so I will be carving out time for that. So then we move into our dailies, yeah. So Monday, I know that I want to work on some YouTube filming. I need to write a clinical observation report and do some AIM modules. So I've been attending the Thursday AIM group that is 2 to 2:30. And on the 31st of January, I will be attending a half-day training. And between the AIM modules and that half-day training, I will be trained on AIM. Then I will be able to run those groups myself, whether in actual groups or individual work with students, which I'm very excited about. And AIM I am learning about, but it is closely tied to ACT, which is acceptance and commitment therapy. And that is, in essence, and I'm definitely glossing over significantly, but it's the kind of cognitive behavioral therapy, or cognitive behavior therapy for behavior analysts to implement. So I would not be able to provide services for CBT or DBT. I am not a licensed mental health provider. However, acceptance and commitment therapy looks at some of the same pieces, and when I've done my own personal consulting with adults, I tend to use acceptance and commitment therapy strategies because I really enjoy that. So hence why I'm exceptionally happy to be getting trained on this. And I was talking with one of my colleagues the week before break, and they were a little frustrated that these modules were expected to be done on their own time without compensation, which I don't understand that logic. If your employer is willing to pay for you to receive a training or attend a class, which could lead to something that you add to your resume, you should have no reason to complain about having to do some of the coursework or assignments on your own time. You didn't have an employer paying for your bachelor's, or if you did, it was an agreement upon doing work. And anyway, I'm getting a little off base here. I have strong opinions, so I will keep them further to myself. So I want to at least get through one of the modules. I think there's 14 of them on Monday, and just start working through that. I want to finish that clinical observation report, reschedule the upper elementary consult, and then I want to schedule observations, teacher surveys for FBAs, I have a middle school student that I need to put together a weekly data summary for. And let's see. I think, I also need to communicate with the lower elementary team regarding Thursday's consult. Because the meeting that I have on Thursday is an in-person, so it's just going to take me a couple of minutes to walk over to the other building after, so I'm not going to be there exactly at 10:45. I will be there a little bit late. And I also need to, I think on this page I want to put some kind of overall projects. And one of the things I need to do is I need to make an appointment with Apple Store. My AirPods are starting to go, which makes me very sad. And I'm not necessarily prepared to spend $250, but technically I've had these AirPods for just over 4 years. I purchased them with a end of year bonus that I got 2 jobs at a job that I held 2 jobs ago. And 2 years ago, so they were good for 2 years. At the 2-year mark, one of the AirPods started making this weird noise. I brought them to the Apple Store. They tested them and confirmed that that one was defective and that the other one was also defective, even though I wasn't experiencing any issues. And Apple Store replaced them at no cost to me. So I'm going to go to Apple Store and cross my fingers that the same thing happens, but knowing that it probably won't. Yeah. But the other piece is the Apple Store is 30 to 40 minutes away, depending on traffic. So it's not a quick pop in, pop out. I have to actually carve this out. And I may look at doing it next weekend because I don't see any plans for next weekend. But just to get it done with, we also have the other piece about doing it next weekend is we found out that my husband was underpaid for the entirety of the 2021-2022 school year and has been underpaid so far this year. So on the 4th, we're getting that back pay. So we have an opportunity to kind of play with some money a little bit. So I can certainly allocate the money to getting AirPods. It's just not what I had hoped for. But with this little influx of cash that's coming in, we're also going to be able to replace one of our garage doors that needs, or the opening mechanism, because that needs to be replaced. And my husband is fearful that the coil is going to snap as it did on the other door not too long ago. And when it snaps, a piece of it flies, and he's worried it's going to hit his Tesla. So I was sharing with him that my plan for this money was to be able to replace the garage door pretty immediately, or the opening mechanism, goodness. And he wants to do something way more fun, but to me, that's incredibly fun. But anywho, yay budgets. All right, so let me think. I will be spending some time just kind of dumping some more things out into this section. We will need to plan out for Aiden's birthday. So his birthday is on the 31st. And I think that we are leaning towards doing his party on the 27th. And we're gonna go a little different this year. So we will let him pick a couple of friends, probably go to a gaming place. And then he can have them over for pizza and cake and such. And then we'll have my husband's family will probably come maybe for that pizza and cake. I'm not sure yet, but that's likely what we're gonna do. We're just not confirmed yet. So we got to put together that plan, and I guess we can go ahead and I can go ahead and add schedule garage door repair. And another big one is compile tax documents. So this year we are anticipating a hefty tax return because my husband purchased an electric car, and he purchased it right before they ended the tax credit for electric cars. The majority of our tax return is going to be going towards our Greece trip, because the amount that we're expecting is enough to cover the cruise that we're going on. And if it doesn't, oofda, then I'm gonna have to pivot our plan, but we'll get there. So yeah, we want to start compiling those tax documents and make a tax appointment, which we tend to do in February. So we'll do that. And yeah, that is all that I'm able to dump right now. And what I will do is things that are planned ahead will go in black ink, and as things happen or get scheduled last minute, they will go in gray ink. And we'll see how that looks. If it looks good, great. And I am hoping to be doing a little combination of super basic and a little bit artistic. So for example, a day like Monday where I'm not working, I may do some hand lettering, and there may be a little bit more white space than there will be on a day where I'm documenting what I do. I will also be using this timeline. I guess I could model it actually. Let me go ahead and do that. Sorry, I'm a little rambly, but I'm just excited about this. And I realized you all may have caught this. But this is the mistake. So this is what's going to get whited out. That's what will receive white out. How do you say that? All right, so kind of what I was just alluding to is I will take maybe like this. So that'll note the IEP meeting. And then what I will likely do is on Wednesday, what I am likely going to do is, for example, I may take my gray and write emails before the meeting, scheduling, student observation, you know, just kind of map out from there. And I can go ahead and add in the few other things that we have. The only downside to the Firmo is with the vanishing point, you can do a one-handed click. It's a little tougher to do a one-handed turn, but I can do it sometimes. All right, so this is Thursday, 8:45. What did I scheduled that out way too long. Middle school IEP. Three-year. Lower elementary consult, and then 2 to 2:30. AIM group. 9 to 9:30 and 9:30 to 10:30. Beautiful. All right, there is that. And with that, I am going to wish you a wonderful first week of 2024. I hope it's wonderfully productive, and I hope that you are able to do things that bring you joy and value. Have a lovely week. Bye.